You're losing 40% or more of your revenue every single month, and it's not for the reason that you think. Everyone thinks that they have a leads problem, but most of you just have a we missed the phone problem, and you're paying for it every single day. Not in theory, not in some marketing blog, in real money, in real missed jobs, in real money and ad spend that you can't ever get back. And in a minute, I'm gonna show you the exact setup that we use to make sure calls stop dying on voicemail. I'm gonna show you how we stop the leak without adding extra office staff, maybe even getting rid of some. But if I show you the setup first, you'll do what everyone else does. You'll copy the tool, you won't fix the problem, and then you'll say, it didn't work. So I wanna walk you through what's actually happening in most service businesses and why this one issue can be quietly 30 to 40% of your revenue missing. My name is Brody Vincent, and I own a portfolio of home service businesses in Central Florida across HVAC, waste management, and landscaping that does a few $100,000 a month in sales and uses AI and automation in everything we do to help them grow faster and be more profitable. And in my company Scale for Sale, we also install these exact systems in your business if you don't want to go through all the trouble of setting it up the way I'm going to show you later in this video. Now here's the part that's going to make you a little uncomfortable. Most service businesses are not slow, they're not unknown, they're not bad at marketing, they're just not catching the demand they already have. The phone rings, no one answers, and that's the whole story. And owners treat it like it's normal, like it's just part of the job. But let me paint a little day in the life for you. It's 1:47 p.m. Your office person is on the phone with a customer who swears they already paid, and your tech is in an attic somewhere on the other side of town. You're just trying to eat your lunch, but your phone is blowing up and you're really hungry. The phone rings, it rings again, and then voicemail. And now here's what most owners tell themselves. We'll just call them back, or maybe they will leave a message, or if it's important, they'll just call again. But that's fantasy, especially in Florida where I'm at. When someone's AC is out, they're not leaving you a voicemail like it's 2004. They're gonna call the next company on Google, and then the next one after that. And the first one that answers wins. And this is why your marketing feels like it's not working. You're paying for attention, but then you're doing nothing with it. Let's talk math, because most owners avoid the math when things are a little uncomfortable or it hurts. Now, if you miss 10 calls a day, even 3 of those were jobs, and your average ticket for a job is $400, that's $1,200 a day that you're losing. 5 days a week, that's $6,000 a week. And for 4 weeks, that's $24,000 a month that you're losing. That's just with small numbers. Now, imagine a business that's scaled up to like a real operation, more ads, more calls, more chaos, more we'll call them back, and more lost money. And what most owners do when they feel this, they just hire another admin, or they hire another dispatcher, or they add a call center, or they just add more people and hope that it works itself out. And then maybe someone calls out, maybe someone quits, maybe someone's just overwhelmed. That person answers the phone, but they can't actually book properly because they're just not that good. Now you have payroll and you still miss calls. And this is why adding more people fails. You're trying to solve a system problem with a human Band-Aid, and humans need breaks. Humans get sick. Humans get distracted. Humans can't answer calls 100% of the time, and across multiple companies. And agencies miss this too, because agencies are obsessed with clicks. They want to show you leads. They don't want to talk about what happens after the leads because it's messy. It's operations, and that part is also accountability. They don't want to be accountable. So business owners keep buying more leads, and then they keep leaking those leads, and then they say, Google doesn't work. No, your business just doesn't catch the demand. Now here's what breaks at scale if you ignore it. Your ad spend goes up, but your profit goes down. Your techs sit idle while you're busy, and you start blaming your team. You start blaming the market. You get stressed, you micromanage, you burn out, and the whole time the leak is still there. Ring 4, voicemail. And the worst part, you just get used to it. You tolerate it. You normalize it. You build your life around all of this chaos. So once you see the fix for this, it really becomes obvious. If the phone is your front door of your business, you cannot have the front door locked half of the day. Not when you're paying to bring people in the door all day and paying for everyone that comes in the door. And no, the answer is not just tell your receptionist to work harder. The answer is not call people back faster, because your business is already literally telling you that it can't keep up. And these are the problems that we used to have in our businesses too. So we built Scale for Sale AI, something that makes sure every single call gets caught, every time, and something that holds the line while humans are busy, something that qualifies people before humans even touch them, something that turns missed calls into booked jobs. And if you want to copy what we're building across our portfolio, you can grab my free AI home services implementation playbook at the link in the description below. Sometimes it's over the phone, sometimes it's messaging that just hits instantly and pulls them back into the fold. But either way, our Scale for Sale AI helps make sure your leads don't leak out of the business, and it's just not complicated. What's complicated is just admitting that your current way is broken. In a second, I'm going to show you the proof though. Not the theory, the real way that we actually set this up inside our very real businesses that are actively processing leads every day, even while I'm making this video.
In one of our businesses, Dolphin Dumpsters, we get a lot of phone calls. Now, this is partially because of the way that we're running ads. We run 3 different types of ads right now: Thumbtack ads, Google local service ads, and regular Google PPC ads. It's a whole nother topic for a different video, what the difference is between Google local service and PPC. But for the purposes of you kind of understanding for this video, Google PPC is more going to be like website submissions a lot of times that come in. And so we get some of those, also some phone calls. But Google local services especially is a lot of phone calls. Now, what happens in most businesses is they run these ads and the phone calls come in and they're in the middle of the day, or they're like at night after operating hours, maybe on the weekend, when people are off work and they're looking to get these things done. And what happens in most businesses is they just miss these calls. They miss a lot of these calls. And then they get back, like if they're lucky, they get back a couple hours later. Many times they don't even get back until the next day. But what happens is this person was looking for a service in a particular time and you missed them, and then now they have to go look somewhere else for the service. So we didn't want that to happen to us. We wanted to be able to get in touch with these customers as quick as possible. So what we did is we built this AI voice agent inside of a platform called GoHighLevel. So this is a little bit of the details of the agent. You can see here, this is just the name of it. It's for our business, Dolphin Dumpsters and Junk Removal, where people call about renting dumpsters or getting junk removal done. You can pick all this cool stuff about it. We've got this voice. This is the voice that we use for pretty much all of ours because it's just solid. It sounds like a regular person answering the phone. And it says, hey, thanks for calling Dolphin Dumpsters and Junk Removal. Can you tell me what kind of project you're working on? Very easy, simple introduction. And it just says that same thing every single time. And what happens is people will call this number and they reach the AI instead of actually reaching us. Now, sometimes people still want to talk to an actual person, and I'm going to show you kind of what happens during the trajectory of the call, but we have all these different areas that we can make changes to and make the agent very specific for what it's trying to do here. So most of this lives in the agent goals section. We've got a couple things going on here. We've got a knowledge base that I'm going to show you in a moment, and it's pulling information from that. This little when to use this knowledge base, honestly, I always just leave that exactly the same. I never really mess with that. And then we've got the prompt, and we've got the actions. Those are the different variables that I usually play with for these. So first, the prompt. I'm not going to go through all of this, but in general, we do a couple very specific things that we kind of implement across all of these that we create. Is we use something called NEPQ style. I think it's neuro-emotional programming questions. And these are the types of questions that experienced salespeople use in conversation to kind of like push in on the pain points of whatever they're trying to sell. So this is going to lead the agent to ask questions like, oh, like you've got this home renovation project. How long have you been looking for this dumpster? What have you looked at before? Like it's going to kind of ask them questions to kind of get them thinking about the need that they have for this actual service. That's something that really differentiates the way that we build these out. It makes it sound a lot more conversational. It makes it so that rather than just being an order taker on the phone, it's actually kind of decent at sales at the same time. And it guides them through kind of the process that we want it to guide them through. It first tries to find out, are they looking for junk removal or dumpster rental? It asks them about the project, tries to guide them to like letting us know which thing it is. And then it's basically got instructions for the way that we want it to process the conversation and the information that we need it to gather on the call, depending on what kind of job it is. Now, one of the things that's really cool about this is the actions that you can program in. So we've got this long prompt that it's always checking to make sure that it's doing the right things, but then we've also got actions that it takes during the call and after the call. I mentioned earlier that sometimes people are just gonna wanna talk to an actual person. It's not completely indistinguishable from being a real person. The AI does very much sound like a real person, and I'm going to call it in a second so you can hear it a little bit. But it's not completely indistinguishable, and sometimes people just want to talk to someone to get this handled, and that's fine. We don't want to lose that customer. So we have transfer to a person, and we have transfer to a person for dumpster. These are kind of two different transfer options, and our partner Sean is the one that this gets transferred to. So what happens is they talk to the AI first. The AI is going to try to handle their entire inquiry. It's going to try to either get them booked on the calendar if it's a junk removal project, or it's going to try to figure out how to rent them a dumpster and get them the right availability if it's a dumpster rental project. But if they ask for a person, it's going to transfer using these actions. Then the other thing that it's going to do is it's going to actually give us an internal notification. So every time one of these calls happens, I get a text message, and I'll show you what it looks like. So I get one of these text messages that basically just says, new lead just called Dolphin AI from phone number, make sure they got what they needed. And that goes to me, my partner Grant, and my partner Sean, so that we can kind of follow as these are happening during the day, and so that Sean can call them if they didn't get what they needed. Now we also get an email. I think I have that set up down here. We get an email with a transcript of the call. And if they get transferred to Sean, they get something called a whisper message, where basically it will explain what the person was calling about right before they get transferred to Sean, so he can just pick up the conversation where it left off. So all of these kind of just make the customer experience really smooth and feel not disjointed but connected as they kind of come into our ecosystem, so that we can kind of like just make sure that they stay with us and we ultimately get the sale. And that means for every dollar that we're spending on marketing that other companies are also spending, we're just getting more sales from that same dollar. Now, it also has something plugged in the actions that I really like, where with the same phone number that they're calling, it can send them an SMS, and it'll just send them an SMS with the link where they can directly rent our dumpsters on our website through our CRM that we set up. So sometimes, we have the actual voice agent just talk to them and give them the option to either talk to a person or get the link texted to them. We have it send it to them either way. But sometimes someone can literally just talk to AI, get the link sent to them, and go rent a dumpster without ever talking to a person. And the leverage of being able to do that at scale is just something that you really can't beat in a business like this. Then the last action that we have on here is the appointment booking option. So this is specifically for junk removal. This basically is set up so that it's going to talk to them, and it's going to try to basically have them send pictures so that we can get them an accurate quote, but then it's also going to try to put a time on the calendar for our team to go out and check out things with them. What that does is it allows us to have that time commitment from them, and they've kind of got it in their mind like, okay, I already set this up with one company, I don't really need to go look for another one. And then we can just call them and give them the quote, or kind of text them back and forth and give them the quote from there, and just make sure it's all set up. And then after the call, it updates some of the information that it gathered just to make sure that we know their address, their email, and their name. So that's kind of how we have this set up. The way we have this set up is just so that we end up picking up more of the calls that we get, and we don't have to worry about wasting marketing dollars and not converting these when someone is just looking to get a dumpster as quick as possible or get junk removed as quick as possible. And they probably don't really care what company does it. They just want to get it done at a fair price, and they probably want to go with whoever they talk to first. I wanted you to hear just a little example of what one of these conversations might actually sound like, and just hear what the agent sounds like, so you can tell it's like actually pretty good. Like, we've been very impressed with how good they are like at this point. So I'm going to call our Dolphin Dumpsters AI here and just let you hear it.
Hey, thanks for calling Dolphin Dumpsters and Junk Removal. Can you tell me what kind of project you have going on?
Hey, yeah, I have a home renovation project going on.
Got it. For a home renovation project, are you looking to rent a dumpster to handle the debris, or do you need a crew to come out and remove the junk for you?
I think we're going to be working on it for a few days, so we probably just want to rent a dumpster for it.
Makes sense. For dumpster rentals, we've got two easy options for you. Option A, I can connect you with someone who can check availability and set up the rental for you. Option B, I can text you a link to our system where you can pick your size and schedule the drop-off instantly. Which option works best for you?
Texting the link sounds great. Why don't you just text me?
I texted you a link just now in case you want to use that to just rent a dumpster instantly on our website. You're all set. Let me know if there's anything else I can help you with.
Thanks so much. So now, literally during the call, I got this text that says, here's the link to reserve your dumpster online. And it literally just sends a link that goes right to here. Oh, hold on. goes right to here on our website, and they can just go through and literally just check out with their dumpster rental and schedule it right on there. So that's how good it sounds. Like I told you before, it's not perfect. You can still kind of tell it's AI, but it feels smooth. It feels like you're getting what you need. It answers your questions pretty nicely. And ultimately, it accomplishes the most important thing, which is just having speed to lead and keeping them in our ecosystem.
So that's the real problem. It's not that you need more leads, it's that you're literally letting good leads die on voicemail or on the form submission on your website. And once you see it, you just can't unsee it. Every missed call is literally a decision of whether to do business with you. And you're deciding to pay for the demand and then literally just ignore it. The business that will win over the next few years is not the one that has the best branding or the coolest ads. It's literally the ones that are going to catch, qualify, and book demand fast. Because speed beats brand and home services. Answering beats follow-up, and systems beat hope. And if you want to copy what we're building across our portfolio, you can grab my free AI home services implementation playbook at the link in the description below. Don't overthink it, just fix the leak first. And subscribe for more videos like this showing how to use AI and automation to improve the profits of your home service business.